Yo, what's going on? Welcome to Stretford Paddock. I am Adam McCullough. Manchester United have dropped points at the King Power Stadium. 2-2 draw. Goals for Manchester United from Rashford and Bruno. Could have had multiple other goals when you look at the opportunities that we've had for various different players. Rashford could have had a hat-trick. Martial had one disallowed. You know, Bruno had a few opportunities. The chances were there for Manchester United today. We didn't take them. Now, before this game, I said, a draw is not the worst result in the world because it's Leicester City. They're on form. They've beaten Everton. They've beaten Spurs. They've found some form. But after watching that, I feel particularly a little bit peeved off with the whole team because it was a poor team performance. But like when you go 2-1 up now, you have to defend better. When you're 0-0, when you're 1-0, you have to take your chances. And this result here was so preventable today. So preventable. Marcus Rashford, simple header, first half. Stick it under the bar.
Like 5 minutes in as
he
well.
He normally takes those chances all day long. The other chance that he had in the second half, just before his...
One-on-one with the goalkeeper.
One-on-one. Great save by Casper, you might say. But like you said during the watch-along, his arm, he was making himself big, and he didn't move to make that save. The ball hit him. Now, you've seen his dad do that a lot in the past, but again, you have to bury those chances. And we did then go 2-1 up front. Cavani comes on for Martial, had a poor game, correct decision. You know, or Rashford could have come off. Anyone could have come off. We make the change. We get the goal. Bruno scores. I thought Bruno had a poor game. Gets a goal and an assist, which says it all about
Bruno. And gave
Bruno.
the goal away for their first goal as well. And part of the reason that goal got given away.
We go and concede. And then, like you say, you look at the goals that we've conceded today. The first goal, Harry Maguire spinning around, gives the ball out to, I think it was Bruno. Bruno then receives the ball. So Maguire's fucked up, but he's recovered. He gives the ball to Bruno, who then... It wasn't even like he expected it to work. It was like, I know this might not work, but I'm going to try it.
It's like a lazy little side-footed pass that he was trying to play it out, trying to play it through the legs of, I don't even know who it was pressing.
And then it gets
just
close.
hit his legs.
We lose the ball.
Yep.
They score. Harvey Barnes scores when McTominay was the nearest one to him, should have closed him down. Eric Bailly, the nearest centre-half to him, should have closed him down. And then the second goal, okay, it's an own goal from Axel Tuanzebe. Jamie Vardy has a little bit of luck. But the cross comes in. The ball comes across Maguire, who turns and looks. He needs to be further out to that ball or higher up the pitch so that he can block that out. In line with your defence, he's not. Eric Bailly, what's going on? Like, it was just so preventable. Everything about that was preventable. And today, we've dropped 2 points because of it. Now, again, I say I would have taken a point. So I don't think it's a disastrous result.
I think in the next few days, the next few weeks, you'll look back and you go, not the worst result ever. But like I said, you're watching the game. And we were saying it all of the second half. United came out. The first half, we weren't great. We came out in the second half. And the amount of passes, and this was from the first half as well, but it was extremely evident in the second half. Those passes, those sort of 10, 15-yard passes from Fred to Rashford, from Rashford to Martial, from Bruno to, all of those front sort of six players, those passes were behind a man, in front of a man, straight to the defender, out for a throw-in. Like, just awful, awful passing over and over and over again. We gave the ball away in good positions, or not even good positions, but sort of those positions where you try to set up the counter-attack, those positions where you try and feed it into your strikers and they can play it off to the wingers and we can create counter-attacks. And we gave the ball away so much, and it's one of those where you need to almost look back and go, did Leicester do a really good job of pressing us when we were trying to play the ball out? Did they make it really difficult for us to do that? Because it was like we were playing... It was like watching it for the first time and you're watching it live. It's like United, we can't make 10-yard passes. Fred can't make 10-yard passes. Rashford can't do it. Bruno can't do it. Cavani can't do it. Martial can't do it. None of them could do it. And funnily enough, first off, Dan James was about the only person who could pass the ball. Made a nice pass out to Martial and we sort of had a counter-attack from. But we know that Dan James is limited in terms of his overall quality. But it was just weird watching United give the ball away so much when we were trying to play it out. And eventually, that lack of possession and the fact that we turned it over every 2 seconds cost us with poor defending, Really poor from Bruno. I don't know whether De Gea could have got a bit more on that first one. He got a fingertip to it. It wasn't right in the corner, but it was a good shot from 20 yards out. So I don't think, I wouldn't say it was a De Gea mistake by any means. It was a Bruno mistake. But like you said, it was weird how the Bruno one for the first goal, it was almost like he thought, this ain't going to work, but fuck it. I'll just try and get it through his legs. It was a stupid, quick, rash decision that you make when you're either tired or you're not arsed. And I don't ever think he's not arsed. He's one of the most sort of, and I almost hate the word, but sort of passionate players we have in the squad, where he wouldn't want us to be the reason, or he wouldn't want him to be the reason that we drop points. But it's like tired, sloppy, for want of a better word, lazy little pass, wasn't it, by Bruno? And we got caught by it.
It epitomised the whole team's performance today. Again, you've kind of said it already, but some of the passing throughout the game, some of the finishing throughout the game, it was just like we weren't quite there. And you can't afford to do that in games. You can't afford to pass up opportunities. You can't afford to just cruise through games. And because of the sloppiness in our play, we had opportunities, but we never created as much as we should have. There was a number of opportunities where we get the ball on the half turn, or we win. We're successful in our press. We win the ball back. We look to turn it over, get it forward, and then the second pass is off. How many times did we have them 2-on-2, 2-on-1 at the back, and it was just the pass that got blocked out? Or, sometimes I think there was a few passes there. Like I think one was for Rashford to Bruno, or vice versa, or it might have been. I can't remember who was involved in it, but there was Bruno who made the run, and I think Rashford went to slip him in, or Marshall went to slip him in. But to us watching, we'll look at that and we'll think, oh fuck, the pass isn't good enough. It's just got blocked. But the run has to be better, because sometimes the run is also sloppy. So they'll run into the space, which is directly behind the player. So that means you have to go through the player. Otherwise, you can get the ball into the space, but it's going to be too far away from him to win it anyway. And that can affect the play sometimes. And today we just looked edgy, nervous, shaky, like epitomised again by the first goal that we conceded. It was poor. And to say actually this could be a good thing, a positive thing. We're frustrated. We played badly. We were sloppy. Our strike force never got going. But we've drawn against a decent Leicester team.
Yeah, and exactly, that's what I mean by, before the game you said we'd take a draw. Now, you've gone on to say, and I agree with you, as we watched it, the fact that we were a goal up twice, it feels like 2 points dropped. But really, if we were ever going to draw against Leicester, it was either going to be because we missed chances and they scored, or because they dominated us and we happened to get a draw. Now, it was the former, which for me is more promising. We were the better team. We made more chances. Leicester made one chance, and that was Vardy's goal. And even that, it wasn't going in. You know what I mean? Their first goal, Harvey Barnes, good goal, nice finish, but they didn't make that chance. Bruno gave the ball away. Their second goal, that was the only chance they made. And that was it, all game. Really, they hardly made a chance, did Leicester. So I think defensively, we were poor for the goals, but overall, and when you look, we stopped them creating chances pretty well.
And when you look at the clear chances,
yeah, exactly. Look, one, I hadn't even seen that stat.
1 to 5, thanks to Cam for getting the stats up. 1 to 5, which shows you away from home you don't quite expect that. We have got a few super chats coming in. May Amateur says, for the second goal, Harry is tracking back and keeping in line, in that I don't think he could have done much. They overloaded the left side. Pogba was literally ball dropping. He should have dropped. That's an alternative view.
That's when we need to look back at it a bit
Merry
as well
Christmas,
and
boys,
check everything.
from Miles. Here's to a gift, a bit of positivity. We could have, should have won. These are facts. Still got points away. We're second in this blitz of fixtures. Ollie has brought the optimism to leave me disappointed by this result.
That's a good point, that.
Yeah.
And like you said, before the game, you'd have taken a draw, and at the end of it, you go, fucking hell, we should have won that. And that's been the case for almost every game this season, I think. We should have won. Other than, unfortunately to say this, the Arsenal game, where we just didn't really make many chances at all, we should have won or could have won pretty much every game we've played so far this season. And again, the chances there, Rashford, who's our second top goal scorer this season, he's got 12 goals. You can't say he's had a shit year. You can look at...
Weirdly with Rashford, I don't think he's playing at his best yet.
No, me neither.
And he's still contributing massively in goals and assists.
Yeah, exactly. His output has been excellent this season, and he's missed 2 brilliant chances. That header, which for me is the worst of the two misses.
That'll be playing through and through and through his head tonight.
The header he's unmarked. He's on the 6-yard line. He doesn't even jump for it. And admittedly, he probably should have jumped so he could head it down, but it couldn't have been an easier chance. And he just heads it over. And you worry at the start of the game whether that's going to cost
Simba
us.
in the comments.
And it did.
I've met Simba a few times, to be fair. Met him first time over in the States, and he's come to Old Trafford a few times since. He says Joe and Adam equals super combo. Maybe
Unless we're fighting during the watch along.
Maybe we can sort out that United defence, me and you.
Maybe we can actually. I don't think Bailly was. Man for man.
I'm still fuming at you, by the way.
You're still fuming at me because I thought
you said Bailly was to blame.
No,
when Fred kicked the ball at his hand.
And Fred were to blame.
No, you always do that.
What?
Like want to bring somebody else into somebody's fault.
But you like having you're the bad guy.
No, I don't.
Point at the bad guy.
That's why I hate doing watch-alongs because
Okay.
I say things that I wouldn't say after or before a game.
Yeah.
Like in the heat of the moment. Like I think I said I hate Maguire or something.
You said he belongs in the Championship, bro. I think was your line.
Possibly true. But maybe we do.
Maybe we do.
But I mean,
Yeah.
just defense. I don't even know what my point is, but it's just defense.
The Bailly Fred thing, you still annoyed at me.
Yeah, like. So if someone is marshalling and speaking to their teammates and saying, "Here, play the ball over there," which is the correct pass, by the way, that Fred shouldn't have needed advice for. So he should have just opened up his body and seen it and played it.
Yeah.
So Bay is going, bruv, this is Fred. Yeah.
Maybe pick something that your mouth doesn't need to be
This
near.
is Fred.
Right.
That far from Bay.
He's not that close.
Fred, play it there, bruv.
He was not even.
He said, Fred, play it there, bruv. In those words, that's what Bay said. And Fred twats the ball at his hand. How is that Bay's fault?
I think.
Maguire doesn't do enough of that.
Well, so it's Maguire's fault as well.
No, say it.
It's Maguire's fault.
No, I didn't say that. I said he doesn't do enough of that in terms of
shepherding, marshalling.
Yo,
Yeah.
do the thing.
I know what you mean.
Devesh with a super chat says, hey you guys. Merry Christmas. Taking those chances is the difference between getting top of the table and being second behind Liverpool. Rashi should have taken those sitters. By the way, is Ronnie wearing his hat?
No, he ain't wearing his hat. It's
probably why we lost.
For those who didn't see, it's a members video for our members. We did Secret Santa, so if you want to check that out, just join and become a
Is
member.
Devesh a member? Because I don't even think he is. So Devesh might have been one of those guys that got a free look at it because
it was
somebody uploaded it.
Looking forward then, we almost, for the first time this season, or certainly since the Burnley game was postponed, we kind of have a clearer picture of the table. And United currently on the same games as Liverpool, 4 points down. We're on the same games as the likes of Chelsea and Tottenham and Everton and these sorts of players. We're a point above Everton. We're 1 point behind Leicester, still with a game in hand on them, obviously, because we played against them. But you can sort of gauge, other than Leicester, where United are at the moment. And it's not actually looking bad. 4 points off Liverpool with the same games. Not as good as it could have been. And obviously Liverpool are going to be playing West Brom tomorrow, so we can basically rule out the chance of any drop points there. But do you like the fact that, at least for a day or so, we're looking at the table, and it's not bad really, is it?
I'm not overly concerned by the table. Either at this point in the season or where we are. I'm not worried by it. I think, like I said, I would have taken a point today. So then I can't complain about the result after that. The only thing I will complain about is we should have won today's game because we were the better team. There was a super chat there that said Marshall should Cavani, this from Hijin X Pizza. Hijin loves pizza, maybe. Should Cavani be starting over Martial? In the long term, not for me.
No.
But in the short term, maybe the next game, possibly, as something to just keep that thing fresh. I don't think Rashford played well today. I don't think Marshall played well today. I do think, and I know Marshall's missed a lot of chances, I do think Marshall probably takes the headed opportunity. But again,
I do.
You kind of feel like, would he not?
And also,
because that's where they all are at the minute.
Why wasn't he in the box then?
Today, I think Rashford was the one that was going. So Marshall was pulling out wide and Rashford was going through the middle. And actually, I think Cavani should start ahead of him in the 9 position at the moment for a game or two. But I've seen improvements in Martial's game over the last week. I've also noticed that when we play without him, we're a lot worse as a team. He solves that front three together almost. And his performance against Everton, his performance against Leeds, were really good. So I'm not concerned. But in terms of goal scoring, in terms of scoring goals, you have to keep each other on your toes. And that's why you have multiple options, so that if one's not scoring, someone else.
And it has to be known to Martial as well. Not like a threat, but almost like a...
No, but it has to
you
be
know
a
that
threat.
he's there, and he's not just there to be your backup. If you're not playing well and he is, he should start. And I agree with you. You know, next couple of games maybe.
But you could even
I
possibly
would start
see
Cavani.
both of them, which
Maybe.
again, that could help Martial, because what you'll see is Martial at the moment, there's a lot of the other stuff, and then other people are free because of it. So, you know, like, he'll drop deep maybe, and he'll sort like, and then Rashford will go on beyond, or Bruno will go on beyond. He'll do a lot of that and then make it. Whereas maybe if Cavani and Martial played together as Rashford and Martial have started at times, Cavani being there and being that nuisance and moving around, dropping deep, going out wide and all that, will possibly pull the chances out for him as well.
I think for me, Martial on the left, Cavani at front, Rashford on the right. I've really enjoyed seeing that.
Yeah,
I'd like to see that again.
Because I know Ali sometimes will go the diamond, sometimes. So it depends who we're playing, doesn't it? Andrew says, do you think once Vardy leaves Leicester, they won't challenge as much for top four like they are now? They are heavily reliant on him, but once he leaves, you also replace him, don't you?
Yeah,
So
but he's a good player, but it's very hard to replace and find a new Jamie Vardy for the sort of price range that Leicester are willing to spend. You know, they're going to be getting a £40 million, £50 million striker.
Rashford could
and
be...
it's hard to get a
obviously
Jamie Vardy for £50 million.
They wouldn't sign Rashford, but
No.
he could be an ideal replacement in terms of that
Style of
speed
play.
and just that one man up top through the middle.
Well, in fairness, but you know, and no knock on Rashford because he does other things much better. He doesn't have the finishing and that striker's instinct.
Vardy has a hat-trick with Rashford's chances today.
Yeah, definitely.
Do you know what I mean?
I mean, he got a goal and he didn't even hit it on target. So that's how much of a clinical finisher he is.
Anand says, I think the back four as a whole isn't good enough, not just one or two players. We seriously need to consider buying a new centre-back in Jan, considering we've spent about 200 million on centre-backs.
Do you want to know something that I think? And I think Maguire, he has these weirdly shaky moments and stuff like he did, like you said, when he passed out to Bruno, he put out this thing of, we're all falling over at the back here. He's got like a weird thing about him. And I defend Maguire a lot, but he's certainly got something weird going on. Do you know what I honestly think? And I'm not trying to shift the blame off. I think we can get a better centre-backs. I think we can get a better left-back. I think we can get a better right-back. I think if we had better defensive midfielders, you would see a massive difference. And if you want to look at all of the best teams and all of the best centre-backs, you look at Ramos at Madrid over the last 10 years. He's had Toni Kroos, he's had Modric, he's had, what's his name, the Brazilian guy who sits in front of the defence there at Real Madrid. You look at the same, Piqué at Barcelona. He's had Busquets. Before that, he's had Xavi. He's had Rakitic. All of the best defences, the best defenders in the world, have great defensive mids. You look at Kompany at City. He had Fernandinho in front of him. All of the best defenders just so happen to have the best defensive midfielders in front of them. And I think a real world-class defensive midfielder would make a massive difference to this squad. I'm not trying to cover up defensive weaknesses, which we definitely have. But if you put, like I said, one of those players, or Roy Keane, or even Michael Carrick, someone who's positionally completely sound, I think you would see a really good defence and a team that doesn't create these or lose these sloppy chances. Like, why is Bruno receiving that ball on the edge of the box? It was bad from him. He made the mistake. But Bruno's our number 10. Maguire's passing the ball out 20 yards out, and it's our number 10 who's picking the ball up. For me, I would like to see a defensive midfielder getting that ball there. Someone who is more used to not taking chances on the ball, who's more used to turning away from his man and finding a short pass.
Because even Fred and McTominay, because they are forward-thinking players as well.
Yeah.
I'll read out Ross's super chat in a sec, so can you just leave it there, please? Thank you. Because they are forward-thinking players as well, they will look to spin those balls sometimes, and they were doing that a lot today, and it was coming straight back. And then you can tell Bruno almost thinks, oh, fuck, the ball's not coming. So then he'll go deep. He's like a Rooney in that sense.
Yes.
If the ball's not coming to him, I'm going to go looking for the ball.
Yeah.
It's kind of the same with Cavani. If the ball's not coming to me, bruv, I'm bored.
Like he did for the second
goal,
where he dropped short.
Now, sometimes that can be detrimental to your team because you lose shape. And that's what I mean in terms of Martial does hold our shape really well, but you've got to take your chances. And you've got to make your chances as well. I think the strikers like Cavani turn a bad pass into a good pass. And you need to do that more if you want to be at the top level consistently.
Just quickly, I remembered it's Casemiro who would play in front of that Real Madrid defence.
Just getting yellow cards for days.
Yes.
Ross Murphy with the super chat says, lack of clean sheets is hurting us. We do need a new partner for Harry Maguire and a new CDM. Now, I know Ross is saying we need a new partner for Harry Maguire because Harry Maguire's the £80 million one with the captain's armband, and he started every Premier League game last year. But if you take away the captain's armband and you take away the price tag, I think a lot of us are saying we need new centre halves.
2 new centre halves, not one. I don't necessarily disagree, but I do think he's our best centre back. Personally, I think that today the biggest criticism you can level at him is that he didn't shape the defence better, that he didn't make other players be better, because neither of those goals were Harry Maguire's fault. Maguire passed it somewhat, admittedly, unorthodox to Bruno. Bruno fucked it up, and then McTominay and Baye didn't press the man. The second goal, I don't know whose man it was. I'd have to watch it back and track who Vardy was with before the ball came in. Maybe you could say Maguire could have put the cross out, but he can't block every line of passing. That's Baye and Twanzebe who should have stopped Vardy.
No, not Twanzebe, because Twanzebe was the right back.
Well, either way.
So that was what we were complaining about. Wan-Bissaka coming too close.
Yeah.
So that if the ball, what Wan-Bissaka would do, he'd come all the way across, and then if the ball comes past the defender, the centre half, he's too close to react to it, and the fullback or the winger's got acres of space.
Behind him, yeah.
Now, Twanzebe should have been actually a little bit further back, but all right, cool, he came in, that's fine. Baye should have been engaging Vardy, so that Vardy's not getting that easy shot off. The thing with Maguire is, hold the line, block the cross. Now, he didn't block the cross, but what my frustrating... I'm going to try to stand up and show you.
Take the mic with you, hold the mic.
My frustrating thing with him is, for so often, like, just say the ball's coming in from here, the goalkeeper's here. How often do you see Maguire do this? The ball comes... The ball's coming, and then he'll go. And it'll just go across the front of him.
Yeah.
Like, what is that?
Yeah.
Like, he changes his body shape, the ball comes, but he's too...
He's not really either...
He's not ready, he's not ready.
Yeah.
You need to be ready, you need to be... on your. All right, the cross is coming in, where is it coming in? But he's always running back to goal. So he's running back to goal, and then he's got to change his position. That's why he looks like a Beyblade, bruv.
Spinning about in his own box. Yeah, I know what you mean. I don't think he was great for that, and he didn't fill you with assuredness all the time. But
James,
for me, I think it's harsh to give him criticism for that goal.
James says, do you think Ollie's playing of Lindelof and Axel at right back in the last week is a message to the board? We need a new right back.
Yes,
what about Brandon
definitely.
Williams? Is Brandon Williams injured?
I don't know. But it's definitely a message to the board that we need a new right back.
1 point is not the worst result, but we're disappointed not to get 3 against a tough side, says Ollie. That's not a super chat, that's Ollie, the manager.
Yeah.
Nathan Bergen says, unfortunate result, but to be fair, Rashford header was still much better than Arteta. I think he meant to do some emojis, and it says, Merry Christmas, lads. Harry needs to be much better as captain. Nathan, thank you very much for your support. We love you and we appreciate you. Aram Heckmart says, what are we without Bruno? He sets our tempo, and if he gets injured or subbed, we fall away. All the title talk is stupid until we get more Bruno.
I think you can see the future there, because I'm not sure I've ever seen Bruno subbed or not played since he's arrived. He's played every fucking game, hasn't he?
And
which is worrying in itself.
Agnaroop, has said, Makola, don't jinx us with your 21 is coming. You've just hashtagged it, so you're participating now. Let's first face Liverpool for once in this season, then we can judge. First off, 21 is coming is something that I also tweeted like 8 years ago. I found something. I found a post of me on Instagram using it a while ago.
For Adam, 21 is coming isn't just a hashtag; it's a lifestyle. Isn't it?
And it's also like it started off as a joke, and it's probably why a lot of us are frustrated today, because we fooled ourselves into thinking we might actually win the league.
We might.
But what I would say is,
drawing away to Leicester isn't again. I said it after the City game, and I don't want to keep saying the same thing. A draw away at Leicester isn't the one you look back on in May and go, "Fuck, that cost us the league."
Yeah, no, of course
it's
not.
a poor performance, but it's not a bad result, really.
It's not
that you can, not that we can drop points every time we play a good team and want to have a chance of winning a league. But if we shore up at the back a little bit, win our home games, keep that away record, which obviously we've not won away from home today, which is obviously a record we've broken. But generally speaking, drawing an away game against the second in the league isn't that bad a result, is it?
It's not. No, and that's why I said I would have taken a draw before the game.
Yeah.
21 is still coming, so all you haters.
Yeah, exactly, it is.
Your Pat says, are you going on the kickoff tonight? There's no kickoff tonight. With the Stretford Paddock boys for the foreseeable future for the next couple of games. The next kickoff is on the 30th, which doesn't clash with a United game, so...
You're going to be here for the United games for a while, aren't you?
You get back-to-back watch-along action
back
from me. But tonight, there is... I made my acting debut,
Did you? Superhero?
Obviously, Me and you act occasionally on Premier League piss take on our skits, don't we?
We say that,
Well,
but
it's our natural.
it's real life.
It's real life.
I mean, we have to take 2 or 3 takes, but it's still real life.
It's real life. Well, I have been. I'm going for. I want to be the first British Asian to win an Oscar.
Has there never been one?
I don't know.
I
guess
think
not.
was there not a winner for Slumdog Millionaire?
Oh yeah,
Slumdog Millionaire won loads of Oscars.
All right, I don't want an Oscar. Fuck that.
You want to be the first one to win a YouTube award. Hurry up, get to it then.
I want the Ballon d'Or.
2.5 minute plug for a video on another channel. Come on, get it out.
Basically, what I'm saying.
Spit it out. No, don't get that out. Get your little point out. Not that little point either. Get your point out. You've done your acting debut.
Yeah, it's out tonight, so check it out.
Right.
Disgusting. You'll see Adam McCullough acting, getting his I had makeup.
Did you?
Action. It was all going off.
Oh, lovely. Good for you. Atul says, James was horrendous. Needed a right wing and a centre-back. I don't think he was horrendous.
He was our best player in the first half.
I
Have a bad bunch, but I thought he was our best player.
I don't think he was. He wasn't like, fucking hell, look, we've got Figo here. But it was... I don't think he was that bad. And he came off.
He said, Simba said, I can do it. They'll reset the records for me.
Yeah. Yeah, take all those records away from Slumdog Millionaire, which I don't even know is even the first British Asian actors to win Oscars. There's probably been loads before that.
There's very few of us.
You're just like, oh, is there?
Ampuri, did he ever win? He's not British Asian, though, is he? Ampuri's a legend, man. You know East is East?
Yeah, of course. He's great.
Assalamu alaikum, Mr. Khan.
I love that film. We've talked about it much.
Yeah, we did talk about it.
Right, come on.
See, Devar said Dan James was knackered. Now, when I was a kid, I used to say the phrase knackered in the house and get told it was a swear.
Yeah, do you know why? Because knackered originally originated as like a term for being tired after sex. So knackered has like sexual connotations, but these days it don't.
I thought because it was like old knackers.
I don't think it's that. Couple bollocks. Right, should we wrap it up here?
Yeah, because we finally managed to smile at the end.
Yes.
Which I suppose we all need to do. We all need to remember it's Christmas. We all need to remember we didn't lose today. We got a good point. It was a little bit disappointing, but 21 is still coming.
Yes.
Arsenal play Chelsea later.
So talk about a win-win. If Arsenal lose, it's hilarious for Premier League piss take.
Yep.
And if they win, it's great for United in the league.
Yep. And
fuck it, who cares? That's a great game. Watch that.
Me and Joe and Cam will be back in the, what do we call it? The lab?
The hot seat, the lab.
The laboratoire. Sorting that out.
Also, you've seen on the screen there, the 12 Days of Paddock membership members only giveaway is currently taking place. We've announced our first winner already for today's T-shirt, which was the first gift. We are giving away a new gift for our members every single day for the next 12 days.
Danny Inns, so DANNYINNS.
He's won the
You have
T-shirt.
won.
We're going to contact you.
Comment below the comment. Can you comment below the post in the community section with an email address, something so we can get to you and get that to you?
Yeah, and for anyone else who isn't a member or who currently is a member, we still have 11 more gifts to give away, each one a day for the next 11 days. And on the final day, we're going to be giving away a PS5. I'm sure a lot of you know this now, but of course, we've already given away the first prize. If you join now, you're still entered into the rest of the 11. Whichever day you join, you're still entered. So make sure. 2
T-shirts to give away.
Yep.
A printout of the Marcus Rashford Hope poster,
which is about this big.
Yep. We got FIFA 21 copy on PS or Xbox, whichever one you want, because we haven't bought it yet.
Or PC.
Open, or PC World. Football Manager on whatever you want as well. If you want the mobile version or whatever, we'll get that for you. We've got a PS5, which is the main prize. Stretford Paddock shirt, which we won't sign it.
You can't even get them, by the way. Those Stretford Paddock shirts that we're giving away, they're not even for sale because they're so hard to find. So
we nicked
very
it
rare.
off like Ronaldo's.
Well, we've got some extra stock, mate. We've literally got about 3 of them. Anyway, go on.
What else are we giving it? Signed Andy Cole book, which is good.
Which will be tomorrow's gift, I believe.
Oh, we're going early with that.
Yeah.
Exactly. You need to get joining then if you want to win that signed Andy Cole book. Make sure you're keeping it like, comment, share, subscribe. We'll be back with more content. We've got fan cams coming up. I'm after fan cams now because I'm on this. So it'll be Jay, Steve, Andy Tate. And yeah, bye.